Welcome to the Baron's Hideout podcast. My name is
And
Dustin,
Aaron.
and we also have a special guest with us today.
I'm
One
Trevor.
of our friends, Trevor. We are going to be discussing You're Next, a movie I haven't seen in either a long time or I haven't seen. Like there was bits of it when I was like
Deja vu.
but yeah, but then there was also like I don't think I have watched it. But that could just be because I've seen so many movies over the years that sometimes
I've seen so many invasion movies.
But this
It's
movie
pretty cool.
was actually kind of a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. Also, the director Adam Wingard, he also did the new Godzilla versus King Kong. Well, Kong movie.
Oh, wow.
And, the movie was really good with the fights.
Yeah.
But I think some of the writing for the humans, for the people who have seen it, is not that great. I don't think. Have you guys seen the new Godzilla movie?
I haven't. No.
Oh, it's really good if you guys want to see some monster fights.
Can't go wrong with Godzilla.
Yeah, it's very, very good. I enjoy
There's actually a new Mortal Kombat movie coming out soon too.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that this month or next month?
I can't remember. Someone just showed me the trailer.
2 weeks.
I think
looks crazy though.
I think it's
this month. So.
I think. Like later on this month, but I'm not sure.
Anyways.
But I want to know what are you guys' thoughts on this movie? Do you guys enjoy it? Is it something that you'd want to go back to, or is it kind of like a movie that you just want to see once?
It's in my top 5. Yeah.
Your top 5 out of all horror movies. Your top 5.
All right.
Wow.
That's I enjoyed it. Like you said, I wasn't sure how I'd feel about it at first. It looked like it might have been like your typical, like, cheesy, like, just thrown together horror movie, but actually,
yeah, like a campy
but
thing.
No, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of cool. It was like a nice modern take on, the classic home invasion movie, and it worked well.
I agree. I actually really agree on that.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
All right, do we want to jump into facts now? I know sometimes we kind of wait until the
Let's
end.
Sprinkle them in.
We just jump into
Let's jump right in, sprinkle in some facts.
You want to jump into some facts before we go straight into the nitty gritty?
All right. Actually.
So I have a couple of things written down. Not a lot.
But
So I have that the budget was, I think, $1 million for the whole movie, and then I think opening weekend was $7 million.
Yeah.
So they made $7 million in open weekend, which is
that's a lot of money.
That's crazy. But the overall was about $27 million. That was, I think, within like probably the first, that would be what, 2-3 months. I think it's like the span of a movie in a theater now. Because they don't last that long in theaters, especially with COVID and everything now.
And the movies just come out like crazy now.
It took 2 years to come out.
Yeah, I had that written down.
He wrote it in 2011, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they were like in a bidding war. It was Lionsgate and some other things after a film festival, and they kind of sat on it, and then Lionsgate won the bid with $6 million, which is crazy. That's a lot of money. That's more than what the budget was,
Wow.
I have some background about Adam, in case if anybody doesn't know, that this movie, he made it because home invasions are pretty much the only subgenre of horror that still scare him. And I think that's actually, I think I can relate to that a little bit because it's so
like it could actually happen.
It does happen. Compared to like some other like really far-fetched things like zombies and stuff like that. Like this is something, maybe not to the extent of what this movie shows, but like it can still definitely happen. And I think that's
the part that kind of gets you thinking.
Like your safe haven, and that's just ruined. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like you're home. Like we'll get into it, but like a little bit of this is just it's a family reunion. It's about like the mother and father, having like
Anniversary,
I didn't write
I
down
believe.
what anniversary. I think it was 35
Something
years.
like that. But they've been married for a while. They're older, so.
And it's crazy. Just like we're all get together. I mean, we'll obviously this is gonna be spoilers and non-spoilers. We don't really disclose when we're going to spoilers, but once we start talking about the movie, we'll start jumping into all that.
The spoilers are so good.
Oh,
you can expect to have spoilers in our streams anyway, so.
And the thing is like this movie takes such a quick turn.
Yeah.
I was not expecting it. Like it happens very fast.
Like 40
very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have some more stuff about Adam.
Let's hear it.
Some other movies that he did. He did Blair Witch the 26th. I mean the 26th, 2016. I read what I had and just condensed it. So the 2016 Blair Witch, which was technically the sequel, I think.
It wasn't like a remake or anything.
I don't know if I watched it.
I don't know if I have either.
I think I skipped over that for some reason. I think there was something else going on. And I don't think I ever got around to watching that Blair Witch. So
I seen the original.
I have to confess that I've never seen any of them.
You haven't seen any of the Blair Witch films? Well, I would say watch the first one and then skip over the one that came out like 2 years after because it's not found footage. It's very very.
Yeah, I like the found footage.
It's like iconic, you know. It's like
it's really good, especially if you like found footage films. Like a lot of people do. Some people don't.
I like.
He also did.
I'm not
Go ahead,
like
Trev.
I love horror movies, as you guys know. Like my least favorite are like found footage and like the possession ghost stuff. Like not really
yeah, no, a lot of people.
There's so many
like
of them out there,
so I can understand that.
I like blood and like I like slashers and stuff. That's
you
like
can't go wrong with them.
That's my shit.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I love 80s horror. I think all of us right here can agree on that we all love 80s horror. You know, it's like super cheesy. And
see, that's my favorite type, though.
Badly written.
I feel like the effects in the 80s were the best.
But it's authentic, you know?
Yeah, all the practical effects. And like this movie has a lot of good practical effects in it. Like I got to give it props on that. I mean, they definitely had the budget to do it. $1 million. That's
a pretty good budget.
I think around that time, it's a pretty good budget. I mean, nowadays you'd probably have to get like $5 million to do that
to compete with everyone.
But then everything's a CGI
Someone said I saw a really funny comment. So like someone said like the blood looks like orange juice.
I thought it looked kind of like jam.
Hey, they probably
very like yellowish orange movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this movie definitely does have a tone of like that because the house, even like on the posters and stuff, it's very like orange and yellow and red. There's not a lot of other like blues or greens or anything. It's just very visceral. Is how
Does
I would
anyone
describe
notice how like all the horror movies in like 2005 and 2006 they're all like green?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very like mellow. Like even if you like look at video games in that era, like the PlayStation 2 and stuff, it's very like washed out.
That was like
and I think that's because
like the Texas Chainsaw,
they were trying to use a lot of practical effects. I mean, not practical
filters
effects, a lot of
and
special
stuff
effects
like that.
So they needed to use some sort of filter to make things look more real, even though they looked awful. Like Resident Evil, the first Resident Evil movie, it's got some pretty bad effects.
It's still good. I still enjoyed it though when I was a kid. Like I grew up watching that movie.
That's like the only Resident Evil movie I enjoy.
I like the first two. I like.
Yeah.
Well, the second one wasn't too bad. That was pretty good too.
The first one though, the original.
Yeah.
But
anyways,
let's get back to
on
your
topic
next.
with this one. So some more films that Adam did. He did The Guest, which is also a pretty good one. I think that one is a home invasion kind of. I watched it I'm pretty sure I watched it,
The
and
Guest.
I think it's yeah. I don't know if it's on Shutter, but I think they're adding it to Shutter. But Fright Rags and I believe Cavity Colors too, the two clothing like horror clothing places I buy all my
Mm-hmm.
clothes from, they have merch from The Guest, and it's really really good. Um, so they're definitely places you want to check out. And then we said that he did Godzilla versus Kong. He also did shorts for VHS and VHS 2, which I didn't know. I like those movies a lot. Those are all like little the movies with this. It's a movie
Mm-hmm.
within movies. So I think that's called that would be like an
What movie?
Anthology,
anthology, I
yeah.
believe. And then he also did it with ABCs of Death, which is also a pretty good one. That goes through like, the whole ABCs and like does like a horror film related
Oh,
to
really?
that letter. It's pretty
Huh.
cool.
Oh, The
Yeah, it's
Guest
really
is
really
on
cool.
Tubi. It
Tubi,
looks
that's what it
free.
is. Um, and then he also did the Netflix Death Note. If you guys
Oh,
didn't know
really?
that, so he did the live action American version of Death Note, which a lot of people hated him for. And I just listened to the podcast post mortem with Mick Garris. He just had Adam on,
Okay.
and he talked about like how much everybody hated him for that. Which I watched the movie, and I never really read Death Note or watched any of the
Mm-hmm.
animes or anything, but I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty
Yeah, I'd
cool.
never seen the originals. Like I read, or they were a comic, like comics too, right? Okay,
Yeah,
mangas. Yeah,
mangas.
that's the word. But yeah,
We already talked about the bidding war that
yep,
Lionsgate won, so and this movie he had a screenwriter for it. So I think Adam did do some writing for this, but this was after his actual
yeah.
screenwriter uh, put stuff together. So it was really influenced by Agatha Christie novels, screwball comedies, and chamber mysteries. And then after she kind of, I should have wrote down what her name was, but I think it was like Sarah or
Mm-hmm.
something like that, who did the screenwriting for this, and then he kind of just like condensed it and then pieced things together a little bit better. But you can really see the influence for that stuff in here, especially with the comedies and stuff, because
Oh yeah, They're- yeah.
it's very weird.
But it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's
uh,
like dark comedy, so it works though.
yeah, it's very dark comedy. Yeah, especially with some of the conversations that go
Oh, I
Yeah.
on.
know.
In the
Um,
beginning. Yeah.
yeah. Aaron, I don't know if there's any facts that you want to throw in there, but you can take over from
I
here if
mean,
you
you
want.
mentioned writer too. He does have a part in this movie. I'm not gonna say anything yet on who it is, but he does have a part in the movie, and I will say too, I got some of the certain parts in this movie with like the camera angles and like the shakiness of the camera almost. I got some sort of John Carpenter vibes, some of the music, I think.
Oh yeah.
Um
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
like that. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
synthy.
exactly.
Yeah. At the end. Yeah. Near the end.
But um yeah, so I mean if you want to start getting into the movie, we can. I'll start off with that. Um
Sure. I have some
oh,
other facts, but once we get, it's okay because I'm gonna leave those for when we get to when those
okay,
characters are
yeah.
introduced. So that's
Okay.
completely fine. I have some more like
All
background on
right.
them. But so the movie that we're reviewing today, if you guys haven't already heard us say it a
You're
million
next.
times, is You're Next from
Yes.
2013, right? Make sure I'm getting
2013.
that.
Written
I think it's
2011,
2013.
released 2013.
Yep. So we get a classic sex scene
Yeah.
opening with a man and a girl,
It
and
doesn't last very long.
the guy like no, he just and the thing is the girl looks really mad. I wrote
Hmm.
that down here too.
Very
Like she looked
disappointed.
upset, and he just goes to the
Yeah.
And he's
shower,
just like, bye.
and then yeah, it's kind of a quick beginning, but it's also kind of slow at the
Hmm.
same time. Just because of how the camera moves, but how the characters are doing, it seems like they're walking faster than how the
Yeah.
camera's following them. And I don't know what if there's a term for that. There
You
must
know,
be a
actually, too,
term.
what could be is
Like
I read that I know when we were talking about the Devil's Rejects, how they filmed it, everything with a handheld camera. They use that same technique here.
yes, I read that too, but I didn't write it down, so that's probably why that it
Yeah,
feels
it
like
kind of
that.
gives you that
But
almost like you're there kind of like vibe.
yeah,
But
exactly. It's almost like found footage,
Yeah.
but not really, because obviously it's
Mhm.
edited, and it's
Oh,
edited
I'd
pretty
say
good.
I'd say
I
so.
think. And after he goes into the shower, she goes downstairs and pretty much topless.
Got
She's like
flannel
wearing
or
like
something.
one, yeah, but it's like open. And then she goes to start a CD
Yep.
and make some drinks. But as she's doing that, I think she looks outside, right? And she
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
she hears something, and then she's like, oh whatever, and then goes back to doing what she was doing, and then we get our first kill.
Already.
Yeah.
We don't
You
really,
don't
I
really
don't think we
see it,
see
but
her
oh
die,
yeah.
but we hear it. So no, he sneaks in, right? I didn't write down how she died, but I wrote down how the dude
Yeah.
died.
Yeah, so he sneaks in and you get the off-screen, machete kill, and then
Yep.
the guy gets out of the shower and discovers her.
Yeah, because he goes to the window and it says, "In blood,
Like
You're
the
next.
you're
title.
next," but it's
The
written on
title
the
Yeah, so
card.
it's
outside
backwards.
because he's
Yeah.
like trying to wipe it, and then he gets a machete to the
Yeah.
head,
Yep.
right?
Which actually too, when I was doing some research, that opening scene originally was supposed to involve a decapitated dog, and the homeowner, discovering his dog and then taking a machete to the face. But
Yep. Which I think would have been like super
Yeah.
crazy. But
it might rub some
places
people the
and
wrong
other
way though.
studios are like, you gotta tone
Yeah.
it down, you know.
But okay, I'm okay
That
with
would
a
be
naked
a-
chick.
Like this intro is already crazy. Can you imagine just that too? With how quick
Yeah, right.
everything happens? Like this bang bang bang,
Mhm.
3 dead. That's crazy, dude. And I have to say that this movie has some really good cast.
Mhm.
Like they have some very high end
Yeah, I
actors,
noticed that.
and you guys will find out exactly who I'm
Yes, yeah.
talking about
Mhm.
right now. We get introduced to Paul and Audrey, and Audrey's played by Barbara
From
Crampton,
Reanimator.
and
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
in everything, dude. I know you guys would be more familiar with her with
Isn't she in
Reanimator
Shopping
Yep.
Mall?
and Castle Freak.
Mm.
Trevor, what do you
Is she
think?
in Shopping Mall? I think. Okay.
Yes, she is. Yep,
Shopping mall. I never
she's in
seen that one.
everything. And her actor career is actually
Mhm.
like coming alive again, and she's been acting a lot. She was just actually in the remake of Castle Freak, and she was in the original. I don't think she plays a really big role in it, but she is in it. And then there was some other things that she was in, and I think she was in a show, like a horror based show on one of the platforms. It might have been like Amazon or something. But yeah, we get introduced to Paul and Audrey. They arrive at this house that we learn later on, but I'll just let you guys know now that they own, but Paul was supposed to be fixing it up, like it's his retirement project.
Yeah.
And they find that the door is unlocked. But this is when my my brain kicks in. It's just like,
Why would he go in?
okay, so you guys are driving from who knows where to come to this house, and he's like,
No
this
big
door's
deal.
unlocked. Let's go in anyway. Don't look. They don't look anywhere. They don't go behind the house. They don't like call for 911 or anything to be like, hey, our house has been
Yeah.
broken into or anything like that.
He
But
did hire
maybe
workers
if I
though.
have to think of it, that, and also I was thinking like they know they're gonna be
Yeah.
having a family, and maybe like they're just
Someone
like,
got here
okay,
early.
well maybe someone's here, but there's no cars in the driveway, so then that logic kind of gets
Yeah,
thrown
exactly.
into the wind. So they do that, and then they just look around the house for like a couple of minutes, and then we get introduced to other
Another couple.
cast members, or another couple, which is Crispin,
Oh.
excuse
And
me,
Aaron.
and Aaron, who are boyfriend and girlfriend. And then Aaron asks Crispin, "Hey, your family's rich, right?" Which is
I ain't saying she a
weird,
gold
but then you
digger.
kind of like, yeah, and then you're also kind of thinking like, watching a horror movie and someone's asking if their family's rich.
Something's fishy.
Something's gonna be happening. Yeah, and then I guess he says yeah because his father used to work for, I think it was
Yep.
KBG.
Yeah.
That was an insurance company,
Maybe.
something
Oh,
like that, right?
let's
I
see.
didn't write down what it was. I just wrote down KBG. I think it was an
Networking
insurance company.
consulting. Oh,
Maybe that's what that was. It was something along the lines like that. Something with money.
but anyway,
Um,
yeah, he got a lot of
and
money
then
though.
yeah, and they have a nice house, so he's definitely got money. And if he can hire workers to work on this house, then yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely got some money. I wish I had money,
Right.
just to like go buy houses wherever I want and hire
Yeah,
workers
just
whenever I want. It's like the
literally.
dream, dude. Do you guys have anything to add before we move on to
I
the
don't
next
think
part?
so. Trevor.
Nope.
All right.
Nope, you guys are good. Okay. Then we go back to the house where
But
we see
yep,
Audrey, and she's hearing footsteps and she
she's
starts freaking
sweeping.
out. One thing I have to say, she is
Very skittish.
I don't know if she's on something or if whatever it is, but she's
On
very
edge.
like afraid
Yeah.
of everything. On edge, skittish, just like I hear something, you need to go check that out
Paranoid.
right now. So this is when I'm just like, dude, this guy is so stupid. So stupid. So she goes outside because Paul tells her to, and it's still just them at the house. Then Paul goes up the stairs, and I put a note here that when he's on the stairs, he's just standing there, but the camera is shaking so much. And also it's building a lot of tension because we get some like more just ambiance of
Yep.
music and everything. This is when we really start getting that like feeling
Yeah.
of dread.
Like something's about to happen.
Really, yeah. I love the score in this movie. I kind of want to see if they have a place for me to either download it or buy it
I'm
like
sure.
on vinyl or even on CD because I really like the score of this movie. It's very simple.
It works
but it
well.
does its job. Like you said, it's like John Carpenter. And John Carpenter movies, music is
pretty simple, yeah,
simple.
But it works. It's
oh yes,
it's effective.
Yeah, it's very effective.
But yeah.
So as he's doing that, and then I think he goes to a door.
He goes down to the basement.
And then he doesn't open it. But then Crispin scares the hell out of him. But he never looks in the fucking door. He just like forgets about it.
Yeah, right.
And then this is also what really like upset me. They go outside, and she's like, "Hey, did you check all the rooms?" He's like, "Crispin and I quoted it. Crispin and I looked everywhere on the second floor, and there's nobody there. He didn't look at every.
He didn't look at that one door.
So
yeah,
he lied. He lied, and we didn't see him look in all the other rooms. We only saw him go to I think that one closet.
Because he's probably just pushing it off as like she's just being paranoid and.
Yeah, so that it kind of makes me think: is she like this all the time?
And so he's just used to it. But
yeah. So then that's when Crispin and Aaron meet Paul and Audrey. Well, I should say Aaron meets Paul and Audrey because this is her first time meeting the parents, which is kind of weird to bring your girlfriend.
Your parents' anniversary, yeah.
Anniversary. But I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
But
Aaron, I'll let you talk a little bit about it if you want. You can move on to the next section, or Trevor, whoever wants to.
Yeah, well, I can take up for a bit, but next we cut to the morning after. We got Crispin waking up in bed. He's by himself. Well, actually, sorry, it cuts to them in bed, falling asleep, cuddling, normal shit. And then it's the morning after. He wakes up. Aaron's not there. He's like, "What the hell?" He just wakes up. He goes downstairs. He hears the TV playing. He doesn't know what's going on. And his brother Drake and his wife Kelly.
I fucking hate Drake.
Oh my god.
Fucking Drake.
So funny.
Such a douche. So Drake comes, starts fucking with him. He goes, "Leave me alone." He calls him a pussy. They start teasing him for being fat, or used to being, because he used to be fat.
Yep.
And then, let's see. And then we got Erin. She goes in to help, I believe, Aubrey. Oh, she goes into the kitchen and talks to Aubrey. Is it Aubrey or Audrey? Is
I
it?
think it's Audrey
Okay.
with a D.
She asks her if she needs any help. She says, no, I'm good. She says, but actually, I ran out of milk. Why don't you go ask the neighbors? I know,
So
like she's just trying to get her out of the house. She's not like her already or something. But who?
Yeah, I don't know. Cause like I had to like stop that scene for a second because I was and rewind it because I wanted to see like Audrey's body language.
Yeah.
She's very like a squirrel
Mhm.
almost, very like
Yeah,
twitchy and like
almost like she's
she's
on
thinking,
something, like you said.
yeah, very
Yeah.
fast. And one thing, so did we skip over when Audrey's at night when she goes to get a drink? Is that before or after this part? When we get the reflection of the dude in the
I think that's
window.
after.
I don't know if that
I
happens
think
now
that's
or
before.
after.
No, no, it might be after.
Is it after? I have it written here before, but maybe I
Yeah,
messed it up.
my notes have been kind of out of place too, like because I try to type it as I'm watching the movie, but sometimes,
Okay.
but um,
Okay. Well, we'll just cover that anyway, just in case, because I honestly don't remember if it's before or after. But there's a part at night where Audrey gets up to go
Oh,
get a drink.
oh
I
yeah,
think it's
that's the night
water.
before when every, yeah, yeah,
Is it the
yeah.
night before?
I remember
Okay,
what
so
you're talking
I
about
okay.
now.
Yeah, but the music on this is so
yeah.
intense,
Mhm.
dude. Like the suspense builds so much, and it releases pretty good too because she goes to get a drink, and like obviously something's gonna happen. It's like, is she gonna
Mhm.
get killed? Is someone gonna be in the house? Are we gonna see somebody else somewhere? So she goes, opens up the fridge, and I think she's like at the sink drinking, looking at the wall, and then looking up and stuff,
Yeah,
and then be like the camera kind of like zooms out a little bit so you can see like the window, and you see, I think this guy's wearing, because there's three different
you
masks.
gotta
I think this is the rabbit
the
or the
No,
lamb.
lamb.
There was
I think
a
it's
the,
a
lamb, a
rabbit.
tiger, and
the fox.
a fox. Yeah,
Yeah.
Is it a fox? Okay, so I think this is the fox one. I wrote down rabbit because it looked
it
like a
does
rabbit to
though.
me. But yeah, we see that, and then she doesn't see anything. She shuts off the light and it goes back upstairs. And then I think we go into what Aaron's talking about now, and then I'll let you take over
All
from
right.
there. Aaron's going to grab milk.
Yeah, so Erin goes over to, she tells her to run to the neighbor's house to grab some milk for God knows what. I mean, all of a sudden she just needs milk. Um,
Yeah, I
I
know,
don't know.
right?
I wouldn't trust people nowadays. I wouldn't trust getting milk from a neighbor, to be honest. But so
Me either, man.
that's, I don't know. But so she walks over to the neighbor's house. She comes across the boys. It's Drake, Paul, which is the dad, and Crispin. And they're working on something. I forget exactly what it was they were working on, but
They're like
yeah,
paneling
they're
or
working on
something,
the
I
house
think.
though. But oh, jeez, sorry.
Oh.
Like cat was climbing on the cat. Yeah.
The cats.
um, excuse me. But she goes, she sees them. Where are you going? She's like, I gotta go get some milk from the neighbors. And she knocks on the door. She hears music blaring. Mind you, it's the same music from the beginning of the movie. Um,
Yep.
Recurring song.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so.
I like it though. It works.
Very, very much
It's
so.
fitting.
I
Yeah.
like the song too, even though it's really short,
Yeah.
but I like it a lot.
She knocks on the door. Nobody answers. She's like, okay, I'm just going home. He doesn't have any milk or so. Um, but yeah, and then the rest of the family starts to arrive, and we got more.
Yep.
We got another sister, which her name was Amy, I believe.
Amy.
Amy.
Yep, Amy.
Her boyfriend, who is like an underground director, like hipster esque, like
Yeah.
Tark or
Tariq.
Tariq. Yeah,
Tariq.
Tariq.
Yeah. Tariq. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's Tariq.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him. He's kind of weird, but
Yeah, he's quiet. And once we're done with this, I'm gonna go into some of the background
yeah.
of these actors. So
Okay.
I'll
And
let
then
you
you
finish up,
got
Aaron.
Felix and you got Z. She's like this
Yeah.
gothy, like kind of strange, like angry.
Yeah, she puts off some very
Yeah.
weird vibes.
But so everyone's at the dinner getting settled in, and
A true family reunion is what I put down there, because that's like literally
yeah,
everybody.
right.
So, the two people that were, well, one from here that was introduced, and then also talk about Drake, who we met earlier. But Tariq, if you guys didn't know, he's actually Ty West, who's another horror director who has also done other things
Oh,
other
really?
than horror, even though he doesn't consider himself a horror director. But he did one of my favorite movies, House of the Devil, which is really, really good, which we need to review at some point. It's also
Yeah.
on Shudder. It is very good. It's so good at suspense, and it's pretty much like a one-person film. Like, it's only like surrounded by like one person. That's who you see
Oh, okay.
most of the time. He also did some shorts for VHS. So I think that's where Adam and Ty probably got together, because they were doing some, and I think he also did ABCs of Death. So they were already working on
Together.
things
Yeah.
sort of together. And then he also did Innkeepers, which is a movie I think I saw once, which is also kind of like a suspenseful movie that's based around
Like one person.
like
Okay.
a hotel or something like that, and it's got, I think it's like ghosts or something like that. I gotta
he
rewatch it. And then Drake,
He
who
also
is
did. He also did.
what's that, Trev?
I guess Cabin Fever too.
Yep, he did that. Yeah, which was okay.
I haven't
It was
seen
just
that.
okay. That movie's been like redone a lot of
I
times.
haven't
So
seen any.
Yeah.
and then we get
No.
the other person, was another director, who is Joe Swanberg, who plays Drake. I don't really know much about Joe, but I wrote down he did a movie called Drinking Buddies.
What is it?
I don't know.
Drinking Buddies?
Drinking
Oh,
Buddies?
okay.
Yeah, so I don't. But like, I was looking at his IMDb, and it looked like a lot more like drama, comedy stuff, not really
Yeah.
much horror. So I don't know where they like met paths, but and another really fun thing, that we already met Crispin, but he's played by AJ Bowen, who also played in Ty West's House
Oh,
of the
really?
Devil.
Huh.
So he was like more of a minor part, but he played Victor Ullman in well, his part's like, it's
Yeah.
important, but he's not in it a lot. So like, there's a lot of ties between like other movies and directors and actors and stuff. So I thought that was really cool. But that's what I wanted to add to that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Aaron, I guess if you want to keep going, unless you want me to take over, or if Trevor wants to step in.
If you want to run us through the next scene, Trevor, you can.
The dinner scene.
The dinner scene, yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, yes, the dinner scene.
So everything is, calm at first, and then they
just a normal family reunion.
They start asking about, Tariq. Do they show them underground? Is that what they say? He says,
oh yeah.
Yeah, he was like, "Where do you do your films underground?" He's like, "No, we do them above ground."
They're intellectual
what the hell?
films.
Intellectual films.
Yeah, documentaries, I think.
Yeah,
is what he said.
I don't remember much of the dialogue, but
he starts giving them shit for like
Drake starts being a dick.
Yeah, Drake starts like going after each other, like everybody.
Oh, you know what it was? It was
happens.
he said it was unprofessional that because like Aaron was
one of his students. Yeah.
Yeah, Crispin.
So
yeah,
they start arguing.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, like, they're old enough, and especially since it's like, it's college,
exactly.
It's not really school. Yeah. But people are gonna have gripes regardless.
But yeah, they start arguing because they're supposedly jealous of each other.
Yeah, something like that. And another fun fact before we move on, a lot of this was just improvised.
I did read that.
It wasn't written what they were saying, which I think is
right.
Also really
I think it had some authenticity to it.
Yeah, I like when actors are allowed to kind of just
their own thing, yeah,
whatever they want for a certain certain parts of a movie. And it doesn't always have to
Yeah,
be
one of my
scripted.
favorite things is in horror movies when they're like genuine, when they have genuine reactions to like like scare scenes and shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Probably they go above and beyond
They
to
don't
make
know what's
sure
gonna
that people
happen.
are
Yeah,
scared. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
but yeah, we're at the dinner table. We got Crispin and Drake arguing, because normal brother fights. It's kind of starts to get out of hand. Tariq leaves the table, or Tarek.
I think it's Tariq,
Tariq,
but
It's
I
such
mean,
a
there's probably
strange
multiple
name.
ways to say his name.
He gets up, starts kind of wandering around. He looks out the window. You just hear him mumble, "What the fuck is that?" And he got a crossbow bolt right through the face, right to the forehead.
And this is 28 minutes in. 28.
And we already got 2 kills.
This movie just
the third
kicks
kill
off.
already.
Like, you get kills in the beginning, which is in the first 5 minutes, then you get a little bit of a break, and there's some suspense building, and then as soon as everybody's together,
shit hits the fan.
Shit
I
goes crazy.
I feel like from here it's just nonstop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's very they hold the suspense pretty well, I think, and they still do some character building, which is really good. They don't drop off the character building on all the members. There are a lot of actors in this movie for how condensed it feels, but they do a very good job with the writing.
Definitely,
I feel.
But
there's just a lot. They feel like there's a body every 10 minutes.
I know.
Like
yeah,
from here on out.
Yep.
Which
the movie is like what
hour and a half?
Hour and 34 minutes.
But yeah, no, it's just it doesn't stop. But
no.
Yeah, and then as soon as so Tariq, he's sitting there bleeding out for a minute, just standing there. Nobody even realizes this guy's fucking dying right there. they're sitting there yelling at each other, and he's like, "Guys," and then they just
yeah, he's just like, "Oh." So there goes Ty West. He didn't really live long, but that's fine. Maybe he didn't want to act that much, or they're just like, I'm gonna kill you off in the first 2 minutes.
Some kind of
because it's literally like 2 or 3 minutes and
dead.
I know. Yeah.
And immediately after, Drake shot in the back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's really good. But another thing that's really weird here is that we get a shift of like, I don't know if I want to call it like power or just like way characters are acting, but Erin really starts to get like very like
she like
and like
she's kind of in the background, and now she just takes full control. Get away from the windows. Use the chair.
Her instincts kicked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote in here. I was like, I suspect
some
she might have
survival
something to do with what's going on. But I'm not gonna say anything other than like I'm gonna keep that like that was my mindset
me
at
too.
the time. And then after she sends everybody, because they're still at the table, and there's like this, I think there's 2 windows looking in, but the killer is on one of them. So she has like everybody grab a chair, and I think Paul also like sprains his ankle or something. Fall. But they all run across holding chairs so that he can't get shot with the crossbow because he's using a crossbow. And then once they all get across, they're like, we need to send somebody out. Someone's gonna go to the car because they don't have any signal. So they on their phones because they're trying to call and get help. So Amy's like, who I think is the youngest,
the young sister,
Thinking of what what they say.
And then this kill,
that's brutal.
Oh my god! Like I was like, she's gonna do it? Okay.
I thought she was gonna get hit with the crossbow immediately or something.
Yeah, me too. I was like, oh, something's gonna happen. So she gets ready. It's all slow mo. They open up the door, and she's running. And
you're like, oh, she's got it.
Neck is slit because they have tripwire where the door is, so no one can run out, and you can't see it. So she's dead. She's just bleeding out on the ground, and they're all just like, what the fuck? And like their mom's losing.
I mean, I don't blame her. Imagine having like 2 people killed in front of you, your son's shot,
and she's already crazy. So she gets her throat slit open, and then Audrey, like all this happens really fast, guys. Like in the span of like 5 minutes, like all these kills and everything is happening. Audrey gets moved upstairs because she's freaking out. They're like, we need to get her to bed. I think
Yep.
Paul
He
brings her
locks
up
her in
there,
there, I'm
so
pretty
it's
sure.
yeah. And then she's like, you need to stay with me. He's like, no, I need to be with the kids. You need to stay here. You need to sleep. And while that's happening,
She
I think
locks all the
Aaron is
windows.
closing all the windows and doing all that stuff. And then we get another glimpse upstairs of Audrey like crying on her bed, and then we start seeing somebody come out from underneath the bed. I love
I
this
know.
scene. This is probably like one of my favorite scenes of the whole movie. Because like I was kind of expecting it, but I was just like, are they really gonna
So
do
soon
that?
in the
Are
movie.
they gonna kill her
I
off
thought she was gonna be
this
one of
quick?
the like longer lasting characters, but
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought the same thing. Cause it's like it's Barbara Crampton.
Yeah.
She's gonna be in it for a little bit.
Literally
But
a little
no,
bit.
I think that
Just thrown out the window.
I think this is during the time. This is during the time when Barbara was doing a lot of like shorter
And like smaller parts
films
and
because I think she was trying to ease back into it because she was a long time where I think she stopped because she had kids or something like that, and she's like, I'm trying to revive my acting and I want to be in these horror movies again. She really liked it. So as the dude's coming out, she's facing the opposite way, and then she starts to turn because I guess she hears him, and then I'm pretty sure she gets a machete to the head.
I think in her
I think
mouth.
it's a machete.
Oh.
There.
Yeah, they do really good details with all the practical.
Most of it's off screen though, right?
Yeah, but we get some pretty good detailed looks at some of the stuff like later on because we revisit like all these.
Yeah.
And then she gets killed, and then Aaron is continuing to close all the windows, and then another killer shows up and she stabs.
Oh, she like pins his hand to the fucking window.
Yeah, and he's just like, what the fuck? And like gets it out, and then I think goes to find a pot or something, then he like, runs away. She's not
it's like she knew too, like she got some fucking reflexes. She like pulled that shit out.
She's like too aware. She's too aware of like what's going on. Like I was thinking like, was she through this before? Did she go through something like this before? Did she live in a house where they were like attacked?
Yeah, I guess like that. Well, actually, it does get explained later in the movie though, so we'll get to that. But
yeah, it does. It does. And then Kelly, I forget what happens here, but I think they break up to go search the rest of the house to check on people.
I think about the time that Kelly, Crispin leaves. Also.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the first time, right?
Yeah.
He goes out, and then he comes back later on for some reason. Like,
he says he's gonna come back for help. He's gonna get help. He's gonna come back. Oh, he tries to get the car or something like that and fails at it.
Yeah. Or he's like outside breathing or whatever it is.
Yeah, he's kind of all over the place. Like, how is this motherfucker not gotten killed yet?
I know, exactly. It's just like he ran out twice. So Kelly goes upstairs and finds Audrey dead, and also I think she decides sees the dude.
Yeah, she looks under the bed and she sees the fox mask, I believe.
She freaks out and she runs right out of the house.
Yeah, right out the front door.
Yep. This is what. Yeah, we get the little bit of a chase scene. And then Drake gets shot again. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he pulls the bolts out and then passes out.
Pulls out
because he went under the wire to go chase after Kelly to go look for her.
Yeah, I think at this part I was typing so much. I think I just let it kind of play.
Yeah,
and I kept rewound it. Because I was like, oh, there's so much going on here. I gotta type this out. I can't stop. If I stop, I'm gonna lose
that's what was happening to me.
So I wanted it to keep going because I didn't want to ruin the momentum of that was building up in the movie. Because there's a ton of momentum. Like this is a ride that you're going to be on for a while, and it does not stop. Like you get a little bit of a breather in the beginning with the building of the family and everything coming into frame, and then once everybody's together, it's just like, here's your ride. I'll see you in an hour. It's great. There's so much going on.
I know.
So Kelly runs, and Drake passes out, and then they move him, and then as she's running, we get to the house again. So this is the third time you see the house in the beginning. The music is still playing, and then she sees the dude from the beginning, just sitting
on his couch.
On the couch. And she thinks it's somebody. She's like banging on the window, and then the guy comes by. And
Oh,
this part is really intense too. Just slams her through the window, and then she's like crawling
through the
to
broken glass at that.
the couch. Yeah, and then she's like, "Hey, you need to." I don't think she says anything to him, but she should have been like, "Hey, you need to like come over
Yeah,
and
she
help
like
me,
looks at
man."
him and sees
And
his
then
face, and he's just fucking like
yeah,
rotting.
and then
We're gonna
then she gets slammed through
we're
the
the worst.
table, which is also
Yep,
glass, I believe.
he bashed her head
And
off of
then
it.
the the killer sets her
Oh
up
yeah,
like he's about to
yeah,
play golf, and then crack right in the
yaks.
center of
Uh,
the head with an axe. Absolutely
brutal. I loved it.
awesome. And then the killer just like sits on the couch like, okay, I need a
Yeah,
breather.
no, he's just like admiring his work.
He's just like, I need a breather. I like this jam.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I got this guy I killed earlier here. Now this girl. You might as well just take out a camera and start taking
Yeah,
pictures.
right. Add to his collection.
And Crispin, we see him at the car. He's like breathing and he's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do and all that stuff. And then back to the
Yep.
house where Aaron is once again taking charge, making sure everybody's okay.
They
meet
gather some
Drake,
weapons.
and then yeah, they're like, where can we go? Is there a place in here we can go? They're like, well, we can go to the basement. And then this, I think
She
I
already
quoted it
knows.
here. It's just like, what the fuck? She definitely
Yeah.
knows what's going on. She's like, no, basement is a bad idea. This is her quote. The basement is a bad idea. They can pour gas down there and throw a match.
Yeah.
Who thinks like I'm gonna go in the
Someone's been
basement?
through some shit.
And then they're like, nah, you can't do that. They're just gonna throw gas down there and then just light your ass on fire. It's just like, what?
I have seen that in
Who
movies though.
thinks
So,
like that?
Oh really?
but yeah,
It's just like you are so aware of what's going on right now. You
no,
shouldn't be
right? Too prepared.
like you're way too smart.
Literally.
It's crazy.
But yeah, they
and
get.
Z looks at and then Z also looks at Felix. This is like this girl. Like,
Yeah,
what the
she's
fuck?
weird. She's too cool.
She's so smart. It's just like, what the
Yeah.
hell? And then this next part, I think I'll let Trevor talk about because this, I believe, is his favorite kill. And
No, not yet. It's at the end.
This isn't it.
No, that's
It's
a
okay.
while
This
away.
kill, I was like, oh, this is
Yeah.
a while away.
Oh, I like this one though.
Then I'll let Aaron talk
Okay.
a little bit.
So the family gathers their weapons. They're all prepared or prepared. So they thought, something comes flying through the window. The window basically just explodes. You don't really see like what breaks it, but then Tiger Face, as I've been calling him in my notes,
Okay, that's
yeah.
a good way to describe them. Yeah, I didn't write down anything what the killers were. I just called them
killer. Yeah, I just called them by their masks. Yeah, Tiger Face. He comes barging in with what looks like, I think it's a pickaxe or something, or some kind of farming tool or something.
The thing is, I thought it was like one of them looked like they had a sledgehammer, but they turned it into an axe. And then this guy, like, I think it was like a pickaxe
something like
or something.
that. But
that,
he
yeah.
comes barging in and attacks Aaron. But you know, Aaron now at this point, she's prepared. She's ready for fucking everything. She dodges
Superhero.
this motherfucker's pickaxe,
Fuck it.
kicks him in the balls.
Yeah, it's so good. Like, this is when you start realizing these people are humans. So you
Yeah.
can just do whatever the fuck you want to them. They're not monsters or anything. It's like, you
Yeah,
kick them in
right.
the balls, they're gonna react.
Right down.
You can hurt
I
them,
like that a
yeah.
lot.
Exactly. It's
It's not
realistic.
Michael Myers.
Yeah, where he's like invincible.
Yeah, you kick him in the balls, he still stands
Yeah.
there like nothing happened.
But this bitch is carrying around a meat tenderizer, so she dropped
Oh,
it at some
yeah.
point when she got attacked, and she grabs her weapon and bashes this guy's skull in
Damn.
with a meat tenderizer. This is probably one of my
she goes
favorites.
for a long ass time.
Oh, I
dude.
know. It's
She
like
doesn't stop.
an unnecessary amount of time with that. Like,
It's like you got some like pent up anger or something in there, and you just like, I'm just letting it out on this
Yeah,
motherfucker.
right.
Like I want his brains to be goo. I want to be able to eat him after.
no.
And then you got Z and fucking Felix, I believe, chilling there just watching them. And just like in shock. Not even in shock, actually. Just kind of like They're
Yeah,
more
they're just like,
surprised. They're like, what the fuck?
yeah, and they were just like, you look like you can handle it yourself.
Yeah, she's like,
Edie.
thanks for
And
the
that's what
help.
she was even saying, like, what the fuck?
But yeah, so she grabs him, lifts up his mask, and she's like, "You recognize you? Either of you recognize this guy?" They're like, "Nah." She drops him.
One thing I do have to say is, like, I was expecting people to be under the mask, like, family
Oh, I
members,
know,
because
me
I
too.
wanted. This is where it kind of falls apart for me when they start revealing people, because I wanted to be able to feel something like really impacted, be
Yeah.
like, "Look, it's
Yeah,
that
right.
dude," but it's just like, it's that dude?
Yeah,
Who's that?
some
You
random
know, just
thug.
like I wanted there to be, yeah, be something meaningful under it. So like this is where I think they could have done something a little better. Like
Yeah,
the Crispin, we don't know what the hell he is. Like it could
yeah.
have been him or something. You know, like that's what I was expecting. I was like, it's gonna be
Hmm.
Crispin, and it's not. It's just some random dude. And he just like I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, we
Like
do get an
whatever.
explanation eventually, I think, right? But yeah,
Yeah, but even still,
it's
after all
it
that, I
loses a
still feel
little
like they
effect.
could
Yeah,
have did something.
but
Yeah. And then this
yeah,
part
go
I
for
want
it.
to talk about because this also really pisses me off. It's like we cut back to Paul now, who was like, I'm finally gonna look in that
I
room I
know.
didn't look at earlier. And it's just like, and then he finds like bottles and blankets, and he looks at one of them, and it looks
Hmm.
like it's piss.
Like the
And
guy,
then we're
somebody's been
expecting
camping in
something to,
there.
yeah. And then I think Felix and or if I think it might just be Felix. I think Z's still downstairs with Aaron because they're gonna
Oh,
be
they're like
making
boarding windows and shit.
weapons
Yeah.
or
Oh,
like
they're both up
they're what
there.
I like to call it, they're home aloneing
Hmm.
the house. So they're making it very much like Home Alone. So this is when we get a little
Yeah.
bit of Home Alone influence here. So he goes there, and I think also the lights are out at this point
Oh
too,
yeah,
so
the
they don't
power
see
got
shit.
cut.
And then lights turn back on. But as he's doing that, Felix is there, and then as he's talking to Felix, his throat gets cut, and then this is when
Oh,
things
from
start getting
behind.
a
Yeah.
little bit weird. I have to go grab something for my son real quick. So Aaron and Trevor, I'm gonna let you
Yeah.
guys take over. I'm gonna disappear
Hmm.
for like 1 second.
Yeah. This kill was fucking. It was pretty brutal. I think. He did it slowly too, and it
Yeah,
like really
that's
shows
hard.
how sharp the sword was.
And then we got really, you had to do that right in front of me.
Yeah, I had that quoted.
Yeah.
You had to do that in front of me. That's this is when I started to get suspicious as to what's going on.
Did you expect like him to be like, oh my god, what the hell?
Yeah. But yeah, and then you got Aaron, she turns the power back on. No, that was before that. And they watch him die too, like almost emotionless,
Yeah,
like
yeah, it's
fucked
just
up.
standing there.
Okay,
Oh.
I'm back.
Yeah, we're just talking about how how slow and painful his death was,
Mhm.
like, and how
Yeah, and how Felix
yeah,
like
you're
has
just
like no
watching
emotions and
it.
just kind of like
Yeah,
staring at him, which we get revealed right
Yeah.
after
Yep.
why he's like that.
yeah. Fucking tiger guy walks right up to him, just like nothing just happened. Like, oh, what's going on? I just killed your
Yep.
dad.
No, it's Fox.
And Felix is like, you really
Yeah.
have to do that right in
It's
front of me. And the dude's listening to
Did you say
music, and he's
something?
like,
say
fucking say
something.
something.
No, it's Fox Mask.
Oh, is it Fox Mask? Oh, okay.
They all run into one. It's
You
so
say
hard,
something.
especially with the
Yeah.
lighting. Sometimes it's hard to tell what
Mhm.
mask is
It
what.
is
That's
kind
why
of a
there's
dark
multiple
movie at
killers.
times,
Mhm.
but and then we
Oh, I even put here right at this part. I was like, I was wrong. You were.
I think we all were.
I was like, okay.
No,
So
well, Z is upstairs with Felix, but then they go after
Oh,
that. They
yeah.
go back downstairs, and then they tell Aaron that, oh, he's fine.
Yep,
oh yeah,
that's
she is
right.
up
Yeah,
there.
because they both watched, and she looked like she was
Yeah.
into that shit.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
huh?
Oh, and then we get they go back
They
downstairs.
tell
right? And
Aaron that.
do they? Because I have like something like that. But I think the killer is also on the
Oh
other
yeah,
side of
this
the
is
house 'cause he sees his
Lamface.
dead friend, and he
That's
starts
right.
getting
Yeah,
pissed. Or she's downstairs.
she's hiding at this point
or
in the closet.
She's in the doorway.
doorway.
She's in the
Yeah.
doorway from downstairs. She's
Oh,
on the
okay.
stairway.
And then
and then she hears him flip over the table. This guy's got some
Oh, no, that's a
strength.
big ass table.
That's a big
He
ass
comes,
table, and it's got glasses and stuff on it still. And he's just like,
Lamb comes
fuck,
Yeah.
in
man.
and flips over the table.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was his brother who got his brains bashed
Yeah.
in.
Mhm.
Yep, which we learn later that they're all brothers
Yeah.
and stuff. And then we get the Drake moment when he wakes up. He's just
Oh
like,
yeah.
where am I? Huh? And then that's when Aaron's trying to get out.
He
and
runs through
then
the door
while
while
Drake's
the guy.
Oh yeah, and then the
goes to kill
lame
Drake,
guy sees him.
stabs him. She stabs him in the back.
yeah, and then Aaron stabs him while
Oh, with a
he's
screwdriver.
which was a pretty good one. And then I think he runs away, and Aaron's not
Yeah.
able to catch him because she goes to tend to
Yep.
Drake.
And then she goes and she's like, "There's at least 2 others. There's another guy in the house." The
And
guy
then
still had the
when
thing in
they-
his back
Yeah.
too.
Then that's when that's when they set up the nail
Yeah.
traps.
Oh yep.
Yeah, it's when we get the conversation of
Yeah.
how Aaron knows all this crap that she knows,
She-
and she says that she was growing up, she was in a survivalist compound because of her father, and she had to learn like all this stuff. It's pretty much like you need to learn to survive.
Yep.
It was just under like really like intense.
He was basically like this
Conditions.
paranoid, like
He thought they
Yeah,
were gonna
'cause-
run out of
Yeah, so
resources
she-
in a few
Mhm.
years.
Yeah. Which I mean, in a way, I think that's good to learn that stuff, but to the extent that she did to know how to craft all this stuff,
exactly.
how to kill people and do all like
that's like
a
shit you need
lot.
for the
That's like,
military.
yeah, or like the world's gonna end.
Yeah.
And I need to defend myself. You know, like
Yeah,
doomsday type
right.
shit.
Yeah, I
It's pretty
mean,
cool.
good for her. She's set for life. I mean, she's never gonna have to worry about.
Yeah, she doesn't need to worry about anybody. And then we get Felix downstairs with Drake, because now Drake's awake, and they're trying to gather. I think they all went down together to grab the supplies, and like then that's when
They're
Aaron came
nailing
up,
the
and they were
boards.
starting to pound nails into the boards, or the Home Alone traps.
Yeah.
I like to call them.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
it's very Home Alone at this
Very.
point. And then we get Felix getting pissed off at Drake for something, because Felix tells Drake
Kelly's
that his
dead,
girlfriend
yeah.
Kelly's
Yeah.
dead, and then it starts stabbing Drake with like whatever he can find, like screwdrivers, arrows, or whatever. And he's like, "Will you just die already? This is
Yeah,
hard
right.
enough for me." It's just like, what the fuck? And then that's when we like realize, like, yep, they're even more realize that they're doing this, and it's what we find out it's because of the money from the family, because
Yep.
they're wealthy.
Rich.
So,
Yeah.
and yeah, it takes a long time for Drake to
Yeah.
die. He stabs him like
I know.
10 or 15 times.
And you
I
know,
just counted.
too, like he should have been like in a real life situation. He probably should have been dead by now. You know, because I was
Oh,
reading
definitely.
some. Yeah.
Loss of blood and everything.
I was reading something about like the type of bolts they used in the crossbows. They were like broadheads or something, and like how similar.
Yeah, so
He should have bled out by then, but
Wow.
Mm-hmm. No, apparently.
yeah,
he's super
right. But yeah, let's see.
and then I think we get more of Aaron,
Oh yeah,
or what happens to Felix?
Felix.
Because I think I
He's
skipped
still in the
over
basement, I
something, 'cause I
think.
have it so Aaron.
Erin comes across Paul's body. She jumps through a window to escape the
Yeah.
fox mask, injuring her leg.
Oh yeah. She jumps through the second story window.
Yeah, and
She
Z
pulls
opens
out
up
that
the door.
huge piece of glass.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was
Oh
fucking
yeah,
nasty.
she's Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like, oof. I wrote that down too. But this Z opening up the door is really, really weird.
Yeah.
But it kind of comes into play after, like very quickly. She's outside. She pulls out the glass, and then she has a little like flashlight on her
yeah.
keychain or something, and then we see the crossbow killer. I don't know what mask
Land-face.
he's wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So I think he's technically the leader.
I think so.
if
He
I
looks
had to
like
say. I think he's the one
he
that,
had the most like authority.
yeah. So then she runs back to the house where the open door is. Like, it's fine. Like, Z knew that she's gonna be running back. So I think that's why she opened it. And then we get a Home Alone moment at the window where
The nails.
he goes through and he's like,
I
"Oh,
see your
I
trap."
see the nails." and then stabs his foot right into it, like
It was actually a backup one, right? Too. I think they put
Backup,
one a little further in front so he
Yeah,
could see
right
it.
in front of the
Yeah.
window. Yeah.
Yeah, to make it seem like, oh, I'm gonna be fine. But yeah,
Oh, I
so they
cringed
do
at that scene.
Like how they step on, I think it's, what is it, ornaments or
Yep.
something in Home Alone. So it's
Yeah.
pretty much like that.
That's kind of cool though.
And then we get such a weird like sequence where it's Felix and Z
Oh,
upstairs in
yeah.
Audrey's room, and then Z is like, you need
right
to
to
fuck
next
me
next to your dead mom. Yeah. Ugh.
And then Felix is like,
I'm
whoa,
not into that.
whoa, this is a bit weird. And then you kind of realize like Z's probably the one who started
Yeah, she
this whole
probably
thing. It's like,
convinced
hey, we have
him, and
money. I know these people.
Yeah.
Let's do this. We don't think we really figure out who really did it, other than we find out that Felix is going to be paying these guys with the inheritance.
But
so that's like, and then they move
He's gonna
downstairs. Aaron is hiding
He's gonna
behind.
pay the brother 400,000 because the other brother died.
Like,
and then he's gonna throw in another 100,000, so $500,000.
oh yeah,
yeah, it's like, you guys are making bank. If he gets the inheritance, that was the thing. It's like, if I get the inheritance, I'll be able to pay you. But what if you don't get the inheritance?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
right.
fucking kill you, dude. You know, like, they're gonna come get you. Like, they already want to kill you because you're an idiot.
Oh, and that last scene too. Did you see that Z had stolen a ring off of Audrey's body?
Oh, yeah, she steals the ring.
Yeah, I didn't write a note on that, but I did see that. Yeah,
Just adding insult to injury.
It happens very quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens very quick. And all this is happening while Erin is hiding.
She's hiding behind
behind the curtains.
And then she starts hearing them talk, and she's like, okay, well, I know who started it now. And then just starts fucking murdering.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. Trevor, I'll let you actually talk about some of this, since I think this is when your favorite kill starts coming into now.
The two after that.
So I'll let you talk about this sequence, because there's a lot that happens.
Well, actually, no, not yet. Not yet.
Not yet?
Because there's a part before the cellar. Her phone beeps
we get
too. They hear her phone beep.
Oh yeah.
And then she runs off again.
She punches him in the face.
This
is when the second one dies.
Yeah, she punches him in the throat and then stabs him in the eye.
Oh, hits him in the throat. I read that completely wrong. Yeah, he hits him, and then she stabs one of them in
the eye as he's like turning the corner.
Land mask, yeah.
And then we get another Home Alone moment when she's downstairs.
Oh, with that cool music.
Yeah.
The camera?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's setting up traps and the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, there's a lot of Home Alone moments, which I like. Like, you could probably say this is like the horror Home Alone.
Yeah, right.
in a way, because there's a lot that
I wonder if that was intentional, if he was just kind of like, I love Home Alone. It's like, let's just, make some references.
Yeah, I mean, with them doing the comedy influence, definitely, I think that's probably why the screwball comedy is where that comes in. She's breaking all the lights too, which is kind of cool. But then I was also thinking, like, how the hell is she gonna see? And that's when she's setting up the camera, and apparently has infinite film or unlimited film.
A lot of storage in that memory card.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then we get another really cool kill where she just bashes the. I think this is the last of the brothers, right? I think this is the crowbar
log.
Yeah, that dude who just gets killed with a fucking log, which is
and the
pretty
shots
cool. But she doesn't go as hard on this guy. Like,
she's probably tired and she's hurting at this point.
The shots are really good with like the camera flashing.
Oh, I know. I thought that was really cool.
Top tier, man. Top tier. They do very, very well. And then we get Felix with a gun, who is a fucking idiot, and shoots at Erin. Z takes the crossbow, because they were talking about earlier, like, hey, I need this crossbow and all this stuff, and I only have 2 shots.
And then she gets attacked by Erin.
And
they get into a little fight.
And now this is
Oh yeah, this is
highlight
my
kill
favorite.
of
This
the
is my
movie.
favorite kill of all time.
All right, let's hear it.
So they go in the kitchen, and sometimes you think, oh, this is it, but obviously not.
Yeah.
She goes to
No.
she goes to throw the water at Felix, but it's not hot.
It's not even hot, you dumb
Yeah, I thought that was
bitch.
kind of funny
And then he
too.
just slips right when he says bitch.
I love that scene.
Yeah, and he fucking smacks his head into the door too.
He
It's
just
just
like kicks it.
one after another. A little bit of slapstick comedy there.
Oh, it's all such a blur, but like, remember her,
It
like
does happen fast.
she overpowers
Yeah, it's like a minute.
Z, and then she takes the blender and she smashes it onto Felix's head, and that leaves him unconscious. And
Yep.
she then plugs the blender in and puts it upside down on his head, and
Oh, she like sticks it into his head.
literally blends
Yeah, he's just like
blends
ah!
Felix's brain.
It's
And
funny
Felix
too,
smoothie.
because, like,
good.
I get some like Evil Dead like
Yeah.
remake vibes off of
Oh,
that
because
too.
the kills
Like-
in
like
that
the
were
whole-
amazing. Yeah.
Which is definitely a movie we're gonna cover all the Evil Deads. We might do like a whole month of
Evil
this.
Dead.
I definitely
cool.
want to
Maybe-
be. I definitely
maybe-
want to be on one of them, at least one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure,
Absolutely.
man. Like
Probably
we're gonna be
two.
doing
That's my favorite.
two.
Yeah.
Two's really good. I mean, it's just a recap
Yeah.
of the first one, plus extra.
Yeah, I
Pretty
don't know
much
if
a
I've seen
remake,
those
but not
ones,
a
so we
remake.
definitely gotta have to do them.
Really? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Yep. Aaron, for anybody who is new, Aaron likes horror. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do this podcast with him is to kind of educate him a little bit more on films. Because I'm a huge horror fan. And Aaron hasn't seen all the
Justin's
movies.
the one
and
with
it's
all the
really
wisdom.
Cool. Yeah. Aaron, it's really cool to have somebody like Aaron who's never seen movies like this, so I can kind of relive my first time seeing a movie and seeing his reaction and him talking about it. So I enjoy doing stuff like this, and I love doing it with him because it's fun. It's like reliving everything.
I
for
can't
the
wait
first
till we
time.
can start like
It's
watching
awesome.
them together again, though. I feel like it's a
Yeah,
better
I know.
experience.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, once I get my second shot, man, like for everybody who doesn't know, I got my first dose of the vaccine this week. It knocked me out. It knocked me on my ass pretty hard. I got a little bit of a fever, and I'm afraid for my second shot because it's supposed to be even worse than the
Be
first one.
worth it.
I got the
My mom
Moderna one
got.
because that one's based out of Mass, so I think that's
Yeah.
why everybody's
My
pretty much
mom
getting
got
Moderna.
the Pfizer yesterday. First one.
Oh,
yeah.
Pfizer, nice.
I'm still waiting.
Nice.
Yeah, I have to wait till like June or something like that, where I had
Really?
COVID a couple months ago. Still, like I have to wait a few months,
yeah.
but as soon as I can, I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna get it.
Yeah, Aaron unfortunately had COVID, but he didn't really have anything
No.
super
Mild cough.
crazy. The thing is like we're going off the rails a little bit right here from the film, but I got tested.
Yeah, I remember you
positive,
had
but
it.
the thing
Yeah,
is,
I remember when
everyone's
you
in my
posted about it. I was like, oh my god, no.
like everybody in my household didn't have it, so I think I had a cold at the time, and I think it might have
Been a
threw it
false
off
positive.
because no one else got tested positive. It was only me, and I'm like around other people, so I think I got a false positive. So I said I didn't have it, and now I had the vaccine just to
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
most people are gonna get it in any way, prevent you.
Yeah, I mean, everybody should get it, even if even if you think or if you were told you had COVID, get the fucking shot anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna hurt. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not
we need we have to do this so we can go to concerts again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and
If
go
we
see
want
movies
if
with
we
our
want an
friends.
ink show, we need to get that.
And haunted
Yeah.
houses, guys. We need
Yeah.
haunted houses back.
Get your shots.
But back to the movie. Get your fucking shots. Yes. This is also kind of cool too. The way that like Zoe dies, I feel like she kind of
Oh, yeah.
fight.
Yeah,
She gets stabbed in the
the
head.
knife right after. Like right after.
Yeah, she pulls it out of her shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she like got some chops
I
on her
know.
for that. but she gets killed by the world's smallest
Yeah.
weapon.
I know,
Yeah.
it was a little
Small that knife
pocket
was?
knife.
Yeah.
Like, I understand it got like stabbed into her brain. I mean, obviously your brain's like right there, so it's like you don't have to go too
But-
far. But the blade was like this big,
I know.
so it just barely reached. I feel like he probably would have survived that, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the angle and the force,
Yeah.
but yeah.
And then we figure out where the fuck Crispin's
Uh,
been.
Oh,
He calls
the big
Felix's
reveal.
phone,
Yeah.
Yep.
and Aaron answers, and obviously isn't talking. And then he's like, "Is it done yet? Can I come in now? I don't like doing any of this stuff, so that's why I'm outside. I'm sorry that I'm not part of it. I just don't like doing any of that." And then he walks into the house. He's like, "Okay, I'm just gonna go into the house now. I'll see you in there." And then he sees Aaron, and Aaron's just holding a phone.
She
and then
realized how
drops it.
much of a piece of shit he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the speech, I don't like the way
Me
he
either.
fucking talks either, dude. Like,
He's trying to
like,
justify
in a
it,
way,
Like coddling.
yeah, like in a way, I can kind of understand. It's like it's already happened. It's like, yeah, you want money, but this is not the way you should be going about it. And he's trying to make it seem like everything's okay. It'll be okay. Like, just follow me.
No, it's not going to be okay.
And then
We killed
No.
we just killed like 10 people, innocent people.
yeah, and I didn't write down how she killed him.
She stabs him in the
slit his
neck
throat?
and then in the eye.
Neck. Oh, in the eye, yeah. Oh,
Oh
it's
yeah, like the double attack. Like, he gets it worse than
Yeah.
anybody else. I fail because she goes out to two different
Yeah.
parts. And then we get another really crazy
Like twist almost.
And the
part.
best thing
Yeah,
is what
the cop's in the window and shoots
what she
Aaron.
says. It's like, why? And then she goes, why the fuck not?
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
badass. Why the fuck
Oh
not?
yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
That's really funny. A little
Yeah.
bit of comedy right there to kind of
Yeah.
relieve the tension.
and then she immediately gets shot.
And then she
I know, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, it's not
Yeah.
gonna end. And you think she's gonna die. I'm like, please don't be
I
one of these
know.
fucking movies
Where
where
everyone-
she dies and we don't get
Yeah.
any resolution.
Survivors.
But this,
Ah.
I totally forgot. We didn't talk about her setting up the other trap at the
Mhm.
door.
Oh
with the
yeah, with the
axe.
rope and everything.
Yep,
Classic
so
Home
the
Alone.
cop, she's on the ground. Well, we think she's dead, but she's not. And then the cop goes back to the car to call for backup. And she's trying to go to the door to like disarm the trap or whatever, but she's obviously crawling. She's injured a lot. She got a glass in the
Yeah.
leg. She
Yep.
got shot. All this other stuff. But so she's crawling towards the door, and the cop. We get slow mo too again. The cops is going, and then opens up the door, and she's like, "No!"
yeah.
And then, bam.
The
Axe to the
cop
head.
dead.
Yep. So it's like, at that point, I'll just be, can you just kill me now? I'm not going
Yeah,
to jail
right.
for this.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna,
I wonder how that would
Yeah,
play in court, though.
they're gonna
because, like,
see her
she's a soul
and then just
survivor.
see all these dead people. They're gonna assume she's the one who
Mhm.
killed them all, which I
Mhm.
mean she did, but
Yeah.
the situation she was in was
For
fucked
a
up.
good
Yeah,
reason.
but they're not gonna believe. I feel like if that happened, like in real life, that they wouldn't believe her. They'd be like, "Fuck
Yeah.
you, you got life in jail."
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But that brings us to the end of the movie.
The sudden ending.
And
You
once
get that-
again, what do you guys think of this now that we talked through it all and kind of relived all the moments? And what would you rate this on a 1 to 10 scale?
You can rate it first, Trevor.
I'd probably do like an 8 or 9.
Wow,
yeah.
really high.
Just because
Wow.
of like how much of a badass Aaron turned out to be in the kills and
Yeah.
just like
Yeah. This movie does
really
hold its own,
turns-
though.
it really
It keeps the
turns
tension.
and on its head,
It's a legit
Yeah.
bloodbath.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd give it. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10 blood splatters.
8 out of 10 blood spiders. Yeah, that's right. I forgot we were gonna start doing that. So I'm the one that's usually a little bit more harsher when it comes to rating things, and I like to try to take everything
Yeah.
into account. There were some weird spots, like
like little.
not checking
Yeah.
the doors, and some weird other things and repeat areas that happened. I would probably give this a 6.5 out of
That's fair.
7, just because
Yeah.
there was some weird like writing things. But I think it does
Yeah.
hold up. It's good. The kills are really good. I wish that they showed some of the kills on screen more, so that's why some of the points are
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
gone. The writing's pretty good. I'm not gonna say that the writing is bad. I think they did some pretty good jobs
Yeah.
on
The
that.
music was perfect, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the music was really good. It was very minimal. It
Well,
wasn't a
You
lot.
know,
But yeah, I'm gonna stick to. I'll give it a 7. I'll be generous. I don't really like giving 0.5s, so that'll be 7
7
blood
blood
splatters.
splatter.
And this definitely has some blood splatters.
Oh yeah, more than 7.
Oh, yeah, more than
Yeah.
7. And
I
at this point, since we are done talking about the movie, if there's anybody in the chat who has any questions, whether it's about movie, whether it's about stuff that we do, or anything like that, because I don't think we really talked about like us personally, what we do, other than we just do a podcast and talk about horror movies and we're
Yeah.
friends.
There is kind of a sad
So
fact. I don't know if you guys know this, but the actor that plays Felix has actually passed away last year from cancer.
Oh really?
really, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow. I was looking him up too, and I was like, because he
He's
did
only
look a little
30.
familiar
Yeah.
to me, but I looked up
Yeah.
his movies, and none of the movies seemed.
He's kind of local.
Familiar
He's
to me.
from Connecticut.
Oh really? What he
Oh wow.
what happened to him?
He had cancer.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn. I wonder if he had it. He must have had it during the filming then, depending on how long it was. I'll have to
In
look that up more.
2020,
That's pretty
he died.
Oh, okay.
So a long
Wow.
time
Jeez.
after that. Yeah.
Damn.
I'm gonna have to go like look at his movies again and maybe give them a shot and see how his acting is
He
outside of
voiced
horror.
he also
think,
voiced characters in the Wolfenstein games, which are awesome. Which are awesome.
Really? Do you know which ones? I
They're
played those
awesome.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein's great.
Well, there's only two. The New Order and New Colossus.
I played the New Order.
Yeah, there was like some
I
spin-offs
love the
too,
New
but
Colossus. And he was in I guess
This is so good.
Daredevil also. Daredevil. Oh, and
Oh, I haven't seen
Daredevil.
that shit in forever.
The Netflix show is really good. The movie with Ben Affleck, it's kind of
Yeah.
hit or miss, but it's
Yeah.
campy,
Mhm.
so it's
with,
okay.
yeah, I remember seeing that a really, really long time ago.
You know,
I should probably rewatch
you
that
guys-
movie now. I like those old like Marvel
Yeah.
campy movies before they start getting really big.
So I'm
Hellboy.
actually I'm watching
those
all
were
the
fun.
Marvel movies right now. Because I've
Oh,
never
nice.
I've never
I watched it through most of them on
I've
Disney
never
Plus.
seen
I think.
any of them, but I'm like enjoying them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
super behind still on Marvel.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, I tallied up the kills in the movie too. I thought yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Kill
Wow.
count 15.
Wow.
I thought it was gonna I thought
15?
it was like considering
That's a
I
decent
thought it was
amount.
more though because the way they happen, I felt like it, but it's a lot of
Mhm.
dead people.
Can we ever pitch ideas for like another like podcast movie?
What's up?
Can we can we ever like pitch ideas?
Another one
Yeah.
you want to do with us?
I
Yeah,
really
sure,
like
whatever,
want to
man.
shine a light on Intruder.
Intruder.
Intruder. That sounds
It's
familiar.
it's a
Is it?
no, it's
recent?
from the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Is
Yeah.
it really?
It's a slasher in a supermarket movie.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it
that
does.
sounds fun as
It's,
hell.
Sam and Ted Raimi are in it, and Bruce Campbell is in at the Bruce Campbell.
Oh, okay. Yes, I know exactly what you're
Dan
talking about.
Dan
Yes,
Hicks is also in it.
I think I have seen that one
Yeah.
a long time ago
It's
with my
so
stepfather.
campy, but the gore is so good. Oh my god, it's so good. Some of it is really, really.
I'll have to
Some of it
definitely
is
check that
really
out.
disgusting, but if you like that stuff,
Hey, more
like there's a
disgusting the better, you
kill
know?
that's like really, really like hard to watch, kind of. But I don't know. It's not for the faint of heart.
What was that one?
Well, I think what we can do, since we're going to be going through all of the Evil Dead ones, and I would like to go through a lot more of
Yeah,
Sam
Dan
Raimi
Hicks
stuff.
also plays
So
he's one of the friends in Evil Dead 2. I forget the names of the people, but in Evil Dead 2, because I haven't watched it in a while. But he's one of the friends in the cabin.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, and also, guys, I need to let you know, since Creepshow
Mm.
is back, and you guys are fans of Evil
Mhm.
Dead, I don't. I'm gonna be spoiling this so hard, but
It's
I'm
all right.
sorry, guys, because Creepshow is so good. But the first episode, I think it's Television of the Dead or something like that. It has Ted Raimi in it.
Yes.
It has the
Mhm.
Necronomicon, and it has the demons. So please go watch Creepshow. If you guys don't have Shudder, get Shudder and watch Creepshow season 2 and season 1. They have the next episode on already. I think the next one releases next week because it's an every other. It's either every other week or every week that that they put out a new episode, and it's technically 2 episodes because it's
Yeah.
um one episode half and then another one. They don't really connect, but if you guys have seen Creepshow, you know their format. But that's another thing I like to kind of promote, even though we're not promoted by, or I mean,
Sponsored.
not sponsored by Shudder, but I love Shudder.
So that's
And,
what my background
great.
is.
So we have someone in chat, and I think it's
Is that
someone
you,
I know.
Jake?
Is that Jake? If that is you, Jake, please just put a 1 in chat. And if there's anybody else in the chat right now who has any questions about horror, anything that we do, or any other upcoming
Hey,
it is
baby.
Jake. How's it going, man? Thank you for stopping by. So I have the lineup for what we're doing. I think all
Yeah,
this
we have
month.
the next like 4 or 5 movies picked out.
Ooh, I want to
I gotta
know.
find the
It's a surprise.
the tweet. So
Ah,
Aaron, if you want to talk a little bit, I'm gonna go find this tweet because I don't know where
Okay.
the hell I put it. If you guys want to discuss anything that you guys are working on or discuss yourself, since we haven't really done that on the
Yeah.
podcast yet.
All
Go
right.
right
I
ahead.
mean, not much to talk about. I like to watch movies. I cook.
You
Oh
cook
yeah,
really good.
I like
Really,
to
really
think
good.
so. I've been told. But
Aaron and I are both cooks, but I think he outdoes me in certain aspects.
I think we compete pretty well. It's not a contest though, you know.
It
Is
can be.
that a
It
challenge?
definitely can be. It can be. Okay, so I found the
There
tweet.
you
Sorry, Aaron,
go.
to cut you off, but I have what we're doing. So, we just did Your Next, which is today, which is the 10th, and then next Saturday, which is April 17th, we're doing
Slacks.
Slacks.
oh, okay.
So that's a new movie that just came out. That's on Shudder. It's about
Killer Pants.
and I feel like it's gonna be super duper fun.
I'll have to watch it
Then
before I watch it.
the 24th. So these are picks that Aaron and I did. We're kind of alternating. So Slacks was my pick. The next is The Hills Have Eyes, 1977,
This
not the
guy.
remake, the
19.
original.
The original.
Okay, we do originals before we do remakes here. Okay.
That's the way it goes.
Okay. And then on May 1st, we have Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker, which is a very campy 80s slasher,
Awesome.
sort of. And then we have Summer of '88, which is a relatively new movie as well. It's on Shudder. All these movies that we're listing are on Shudder. So if you guys want to be part of the conversation and keep up with the movies that we're watching, I post everything on social media. So I think if you do !socials in the chat, let me put that in right now. See if that's actually working.
Oops.
Because I don't know. I know I put commands in there. So let me see.
Was it socials?
I think it's socials. I'm putting it in right now. I want to see if that pops up.
Hmm.
No? Hmm. But anyway, we are on everything.
Spotify.
We're on Twitch, as you can see here.
Twitch.
Yep, also that. And our socials are I'm on Twitter. I have 2 accounts on there, one for the podcast and one for my other Twitch streams, which is more gaming wise. And then I'm on Instagram. Everything is the Baron's Hideout. Okay, so just look up the Baron's Hideout and you will find it. I'm also on TikTok, which is pretty much only for.
You can also follow me on Instagram. I just typed in.
And if you wanna.
Yeah.
Okay, you put it in the chat. Okay, just say it too, just for like our audio.
Yeah. If anyone wants to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on Instagram at @AARowe. That's AAROWE.
Nice.
Feel like animals.
And
follow me.
Yes, he has got kitty cats. We already went through all the facts, right? We went through budget. We went through the movie. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we should add on here before.
What was your favorite kill? Your top 3. How about that? Yeah.
Me?
Either of you. Let's go through all of our top 3s.
Oh. Okay, I'll go. My top 3s. As much as the blender one is really, really good, I think I have to say my top 1 would be the meat tenderizer, just because of how hard
I know,
she
right?
goes on that dude. And then number 2 would be the blender, just because that one's awesome. And then number 1 would be Crispin's kill, because of how
it was very like personal and.
So those are my top 3.
What about you, Trev?
Kills. Or you're next.
Oh, you want me to go next?
Number 3 would be probably Crispin. Number 2 would be the log in the basement, and then number 1, the blender. Death by blender.
Well, my number 3 is probably when Tyreek got shot in the forehead with a crossbow, because it was just so sudden, and like it just starts off the movie. You're like, oh shit, it's getting real now, And then when Tiger Mask, I think it was when his brains got tenderized. That's probably
okay. So we both have that one on our list. Nice.
I love that one, honestly. But then number 1 is going to the blender, to the Felix, to the blender. Felix smoothie. Yeah,
it is good. It's very good. You see everything, and
they don't hold back.
They don't really cut away. They let you see that for a few seconds, and
right.
And his reaction, everything is pretty good. But there were a lot of like meh kills and stuff in here. It's just like they probably could have did better. But I mean, you gotta remember they're trying to keep it realistic.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a home invasion. It's not supernatural. It's not crazy like 80s horror where like anything happens. This is very much like these people were paid to do this. They looked like they were probably in the military or something. They have background. So they keep everything very like this could happen to me. I could die like this.
Oh, and Jake, to answer your question, surprisingly, not at all.
Oh, so funny.
We had a friend of ours in chat just asked how high Aaron is. So like I like to say too is that we do have a Patreon.
Yep.
I try to promote this as much as we can. So obviously we air this every Saturday live for you guys on Twitch. Try to go live at 9 p.m. Sometimes we go a little bit later because we have some technical difficulties, but we have a Patreon that's linked in all of the bios of all the places that it's sent out to, which is YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Play, Anchor, which is also our sponsor for every episode because they are awesome and we use them to distribute everything. So on the beginning of every podcast audio version, we like to sponsor them at the beginning just to thank them, and it also helps us out a little bit to get a little bit of income to make the streams and make the podcasts better and get better audio and all that stuff. So make sure if you guys want more content, because there's a lot of exclusive stuff on there, to look up our Patreon, and I think it's just the Baron's Hideout podcast at at patreon.com.
Patreon.
And we got some pretty cheap ones there. I don't want to like break the bank
Yeah.
of anybody, but that's just if you guys want to come and support us. You
You
guys
also
make
get
sure.
benefits with it
Oh
too.
my god, excuse me. Yeah, so for every tier, we make sure that you guys get the audio versions before we release them on Sundays
Everywhere else.
to all the other places. So
you get
you
for
guys want to do that,
everybody
the
else.
starting amount is $1. So if you guys want to go and support us, go and pay $1. You get that, and you also get added to our Discord. That's on on all of them. So we have like a separate Discord channel for you guys if you want to come and like talk to us like off air and all that stuff. So it's really fun. We're still working on this. We're not by any means perfect. This is a new format, and we're probably going to be doing different formats throughout, trying to do new things. But right now, since we have COVID and everything, we can't be in person, so everything's over Zoom.
It's gonna
so
be a little finicky.
I also to apologize if audio sometimes cuts in and out or it gets a little wonky. It's just because we're working through technology. So eventually, once we're all vaccinated and able to do that, we will be looking for a studio, be more intimate with you guys, and be able to maybe go a little bit longer on the streams and cut out some stuff so we don't have to post it all for the audio. But I think that's about it that I have to talk about tonight. I'd like to thank everybody who has been here throughout. And if anybody has any last minute questions about the podcast or about anything, the chat is open, and all the questions here will be on all the audio versions as well. And if you guys have any suggestions on movies you'd like us to review in the future,
just send a message.
Jake. Oh man.
Yeah, send either of us a message, and if you have any recommendations or any movies you want to see us talk about,
Do we like horror anime? That's a good question. I don't know if I really. Well, I'm not gonna say I never really watched any horror anime. I did when I was younger, but maybe that would be kind of a cool thing to
like
do,
a special
like every
or something.
Once in a while,
something like.
Yeah, just like pick one. Maybe not review the whole series.
Just kind of pass over it.
Episode or two, and just kind of review it. That might be a cool thing. I think some people will probably be into that. I don't.
As long as there's no tentacle porn.
Oh my god.
Yeah. What? Promised Neverland season 1.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out, Jake. Send me a message, and I'll make sure to put that on the list. I'm surprised, honestly. Like our friend Jake, he's not really into horror, and for him to come over and say, "Watch this horror anime," I'm going to do it because I trust him. So we will definitely put that on the list. It might not come out right away.
We will get to it.
But who knows? We'll definitely get to it. But if that's about it, I think we can wrap it up here so I can get everything ready to be distributed to all the other places. Trevor, is there anything you want to add? Is there anything that you want to promote or say what you're on?
I think.
Or tell us about anything else that you like other than horror?
Maybe,
I love you too, Jake.
Love you too, man.
Maybe we could do like our top 10 horror movies sometime. I don't know. I feel like that might
top 10.
That might be interesting.
Yeah, I can throw together a list.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if we don't do like every movie individually episode, if we just do it all in like
just
one
talk
episode
about
and just
them,
kind of gather notes. Yeah, and just like get key points or something. Yeah, I would not mind doing that. I mean, we definitely already did one of mine, which is Halloween.
That was a good episode.
You guys haven't listened to that podcast yet? That episode was so fun. I mean, that was our second episode, and
I think it went pretty smoothly. We both seen the movie so many times that
I mean, as you guys can see behind me, I have so many goddamn Michael masks for all of our viewers right now. For audio listeners,
speaking of Halloween, I don't know if you guys know, but Cinema Salem is reopening.
We were actually talking about them earlier.
So guess what we can do this year?
Yep.
We should go see Halloween. We should go see Halloween Kills in Salem.
Yeah, I'm fun fact. Sorry guys, I know we're going a little over on
Mhm.
time here, but fun fact, we do live
Yeah.
very very close to Salem, Massachusetts, since we are based in Mass. I take
Yeah.
yearly trips there. I mean, I
I'm
did it
actually
last
going
year.
on.
I said for like
I'm going
1 or 2
next
days.
weekend. Yeah.
Nice. Let me know. Let me know how it's
Mhm.
over there. I haven't been there in a while because I know a lot of things haven't been open. But now that I'm gonna be, fully vaccinated and everything, I'm gonna be definitely taking
Oh
some
yeah.
trips there. Um, but the
Mhm.
Cinema Salem, they closed for a while because of COVID, and also they wanted to
Mhm.
renovate. And they followed me on Twitter and some other stuff, and also the Salem Horror Fest owner. Well, I shouldn't say owner, I should say founder slash creator. They also follow me on there, and I'm getting kind of close to them. So, what I want to do, guys, I need as much help as possible, and this is a dream of mine. I don't know if I really should be talking about this on a podcast. I should probably keep it to myself, but just because of how excited I am about these
Mhm.
things, I want to try to get us on the Salem Horror Fest for this year
Yeah,
as a
awesome.
podcaster.
Yeah, definitely.
So once they start doing signups, if you guys can go and just listen, even if you only listen for like a couple of minutes on every podcast, if you guys aren't a fan of horror, I don't know why you'd be listening to this if you weren't a fan of horror.
We appreciate you
But
no matter
if you
what.
can go and just listen and share it with your friends and just talk about the Baron's Hideout podcast, whether it's just like these guys are awesome or whatever it is, just to kind of get some more rep, that would help us in the long run to get us on that bill. And I think that'd be super fun. Uh, Salem Horror Fest is my favorite film fest.
Mhm.
I just gotta say it. It's my favorite. It's so intimate and great, and the people who run it are absolutely amazing. They're super nice, and what I want to try to do is I want to see if maybe we can get the
That
creator
would be
on
cool.
here and
Yeah.
just talk to them. We do have a guest being lined up right now. I don't really want to talk about who it is, just in case if things don't fall
Mhm.
through all the way. But we will be having somebody on here hopefully next month from the UK
Mhm.
who does some horror stuff, and it's gonna be a
Oh
really
yeah.
good time. And I'm a little nervous about it, but that's completely fine. It'll be our
Oh,
first guest. So,
like second.
well, yeah, Trevor's a
Yeah.
friend,
Yeah.
so he's a guest, but he's not like a
Yeah.
Yeah.
guest. You know what I mean?
We're
So,
doing a lot of
But,
stuff together.
oh yeah.
yes, we are
Drive-ins,
the scary
drive-in
crew over here.
movies.
Oh yeah. But
But
Mm.
feel free to check out all of our other episodes. You can always come back on the Twitch channel over here. I leave all the episodes up. I don't take
Mhm.
them down.
I think the only
Um,
one that
I
isn't
really
up
do
there is Edge
appreciate.
of the Axe, though.
Yeah, once we whenever we hit affiliate, I'll be able to upload that one back. But if you want to see, if you guys don't like Twitch and you want to see the videos, they are uploaded to YouTube as a video. But that will happen on Sundays, along with everything goes live on Sundays at 3 p.m. Everything, audio and video formatted stuff. Unless you're a Patreon, then you guys get the audio and maybe, well, should I add the video formatted too? It's already on Twitch. Maybe I'll just stick with the audio because that one's more
Yeah.
special. Since that one's just, we'll just leave it to the audio on
Yeah.
Patreon.
It'll be on
So,
YouTube anyway,
if you
so.
guys do want to support us, like I said,
But
yes. But I think right there we are going to probably end it. I'm gonna play our new and awesome theme, and I gotta look up his name real quick. I'm
yeah.
sorry, guys. I'm so scatterbrained because I have so much stuff I gotta talk
Mhm.
about now that I added so much stuff. So I have a guy who does a lot of like music and stuff for me, and he's I think he's based out of Mexico, and he's really really cool. I don't even know how to really say his name, but I'll tell you what his Fiverr is. It's Icon Oclasta 17, and all I have his Bandcamp link that will be in all of the episodes because this guy's awesome. Go support him. He does great work for not a lot of money. So if you guys want some spooky shit for any
Spooky.
time of the year, for any occasion, please go
Mhm.
go support this guy. And I think on that note, we're gonna end it right here. And once again, this is the Baron's Hideout podcast. I am
And I'm
Dustin,
Aaron. This.
and our special
Yes,
guest,
sir, yeah.
Trevor, today. And we will see you guys next week, unless we decide to do something during the week. But we're still playing around with maybe another extra episode. But thank you guys so much for being here, and I will leave you guys out
Peace
for this
out.
outro. Take it easy, guys.